Hey, you got Drew's Views here. I'm back for a little AniMonday post. Typically, it's reacting to anime on Monday. It's something a little bit different today, though. My last two My Hero Academia Season 3 reactions were both blocked, so I do have those both up now on a Google Drive. Links to both are going to be right below here in the description. So that is Season 3, Episode 8 and 9. From Aida to Midoriya and All for One. And then for the video here today, I have an excerpt from a podcast I did with my friend Eric recently where it's a movie podcast I do once a month. One of the films we discussed on the latest episode is Millennium Actress, which is a Japanese animated film. And so we went on a tangent about anime for about 15 minutes or so. So I clipped that out. I'll play it here if anyone is interested. My friend is really a big fan of Evangelion. I've done a podcast on this channel with him in the past about it. And now I'm trying to get him a little more into anime, get him to watch some other things. So we're talking about one that we might do, so possibly a future AniMonday show. And I just told him a little bit as well about some of the other animes that I've been watching recently. So check it out. Keep the video playing if you're interested in hearing that. Otherwise, the links to My Hero are below, like I said. And next AniMonday, I should be back with My Hero Season 3, Episode 10. We'll see. I might just have it on Dailymotion or Google Drive or something automatically because, it's getting frustrating with the blockages now. So we shall see. But everyone have a great day. Thanks for staying subscribed to my channel here, and I'll see you guys next time. But yeah, so did you have any more thoughts on Millennium Actress though, or are you? So you said you saw Paprika too, or have you seen it? Have you seen Perfect Blue?
I've not seen Perfect Blue. I saw Paprika sometime between when it came out and when I went to college. So.
Oh, well, that would have been around the same era, I would think, right? 2006.
Yeah, it's just a couple years.
So like the year between the 1 year between the 2 years.
Yeah, maybe. I saw it in high school, I think.
Yeah. No, I had only seen that. All of his films that I've seen have only been in the past year or two, so I'm catching up on him now. I'm a big anime fan now. I've got really into that in recent years, so this is kind of tangential, I guess.
But you know me, big anime guy, right?
Yeah, well, you really like One, I know that.
I really, really like One, which is interesting. Like, I've watched one anime pretty seriously, and then this movie that you recommended, and it's really funny to me the way that like you could have a conversation about how they interact critically in regard to fan culture and expectation seeking and rewarding fan expectations. What I'm trying to say is,
elaborate a little bit.
The way that Eva goes out of its way to recognize the expectations of the fandom, in as much to put them in there and like tease that you will be getting the payoff that you expect. And I'm using the word expect too often. Using that payoff, they turn absolutely everything on its head. In Eva, like, Rei is not the premium girl, right? She's his mom. She's actually his mom, like that text that I sent you today.
Oh, right. That was funny. Well, we got a nice Eva memes back and forth going.
Right. We're not giving you the harem anime that you're asking for. This is about your psychology and everything that's wrong with you and the way that you need to change to learn to love the people around you. Interestingly, I find that like my reading of that interacts strangely with my reading of this film by Satoshi Kon, where by inserting themselves into her narrative about her life, which is confused with her films, and like when we get the Rosecrans and Guildenstern sequence that lasts like goddamn near 30 minutes, he is constantly inserting himself into the narrative to save her and get her on to the next one, which could be serving some other narrative purpose. But it's just interesting to me in the way that like some directors will steer into like giving fans exactly what they want out of those situations, which is you are literally part of the story and you get to save the princess, and other ones would love for you to go fuck yourself.
That is an interesting point. So I do think that he's not, Cohen isn't like, I don't think, is the guy in this like really supposed to be that much of an audience surrogate? Of like, I don't think we're looking at him and being like, that's what I want to do, like I want to be in these films. Like,
but he is her biggest fan, right?
Yes, but that's from like the the plot standpoint. So I think they are commenting on that, like what you're saying of like, and that is like a very Japanese culture thing. I think all this like intense fandom, you know. But all I'm saying is that I think he is commenting on that with this character and the setup, but not in a sense that. So you could think about that like how you are with certain as a fan of certain things, but I don't think it's like everyone's fantasy is to be like how people have a fantasy like, oh, I have this harem of women like in these animes, like that's, you know, that's like your literal whatever fantasy, insert yourself into it. That's why shows like that are popular. Whereas like something like, it's not like I have the fantasy of like following around this one actress in all her movies and all her past life or whatever, this old lady, like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But
yeah, I understand taking literally what I said is absolute nonsense. I just think that there's an interesting like essay to be written, and I'm well past my essay writing days, about the way like pieces interact. In that regard.
Nonsense. I want a 50-page essay by April or by the next pod.
All right, you got some movies to watch for me. For Turnabout.
In exchange. Okay. Oh, like is it going to be Conjuring 3 through 5 or whatever? Oh, that hasn't come out yet.
I got stuff.
Yeah.
If you're assigning me homework, I'm assigning you homework.
Certainly, I am joking. Oh, I did want to mention to you. So, since you are a big Eva fan, I'd saw recently that apparently there's another show. I'm trying to pull what the name of it is now. I might have to Google it here. But apparently there's a show that came out. Maybe it's still not like a new show. Like I think it's when was Eva, from the mid 90s?
Yeah, 95, 97.
Yeah. So I think this show is maybe like mid 2000s. But people were saying, I saw that it's comparable to Eva a lot, and it's almost like a female version or like of Eva, where or like the character of, like, you know.
Interested. What is this?
It's called Revolutionary Girl Utena. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Utena.
Yeah, that was referenced explicitly on some of the podcasts that I was listening to when I deep dove on Eva.
Okay, so you had heard of it. So, but you didn't. The references to it weren't enough to get you to pull the trigger on starting it or anything.
It's hard for me to get interested in an anime, right?
I mean, I don't get that, but I'm thinking this could be a new series for us. This could be a new project for us.
I'll check on it. Yeah. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, because I mean, who knows? Maybe we won't like it, but I am looking for my next. Like, I need to get another anime that has the popularity of Eva. For my AniMonday, reacting to anime on Monday, have not had the impact that Evangelion has.
I mean, what could possibly have the impact that Eva has?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Well, at least from a fan perspective, people interested in watching reactions. Yeah, I'm looking for the next. Because like right now, I'm doing My Hero Academia, which is a super super popular anime right now.
That one's really popular, yeah.
But it's not getting a lot of views on my channel. It seems like even of my other Car Tuesday shows, when I do Western animation shows, the ones that are more popular in terms of viewership. So maybe it's across the board. Like, it's not about how popular the show is. Obviously, you can't pick something too obscure and expect there's going to be a lot of people wanting to watch reactions of it. But like the shows that don't have as many other people doing it, I think is maybe partially what.
SEO. That makes sense. It's all SEO in the end.
Yeah. So can I get SEO out of RGU? I don't know, but that's what I'm kicking around. Here, I'm just gonna read the. Let's go for just the first paragraph on Wikipedia here, or the second paragraph. The series follows Utena Tenju, an orphan teenage girl who expresses her childhood desire to be a prince through her strong-willed personality and tomboyish manner of dress. She finds herself drawn into a series of sword duels to win the hand of Anthimaya, a mysterious girl known as the Rose Bride, who possesses the power to revolutionize the world. How does that synopsis grab you?
I'll watch it for you.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it off mic.
I'll watch this one for you. There are a couple ones that I've wanted to watch, but the barrier to entry has always been that I don't really like anime, so I never think about anime. But like the premise of some of these shows are interesting to me. That one I will watch for you.
Well, see, I think, I mean, like I had said, having not grown up with it, I always had preconceived notions too about it or something, or thought I wouldn't like it. But I think the thing I like the most is like how different a lot of the plot lines are that you just don't see in regular shows or movies. So it makes it more interesting.
They get up to some wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, and like if you're like someone like myself who's watched just countless hours of fictionalized movies, shows, whatever, and maybe I think I'm liking more, a lot of the different crazy stuff. But yeah, you certainly get into a lot of the Japanese culture from. It's hard to tell sometimes too what is real, what is really part of the culture, and what is just like anime logic or anime world stuff that's repeated. But anyway, yeah, like something like Satoshi Kon's movies. I guess that is anime technically, but I don't know if it does seem a little different to me.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't have an answer for that per se.
I just hung up on that sentence, had nowhere to go with it. Yeah, but I don't know. It's a little more mainstream-ish. A film like Millennium Actress, a little more mainstream, I think.
This helps if there aren't like giant robots or lasers, right? Or demons.
Yeah. I haven't still gotten too heavy into any of the more, obviously Evangelion, but of these, the mecha stuff, sci-fi ones, like I like some of the more fantasy ones, or just like a lot of these are like just slice of life. That's what is interesting too. You'll never get, like I'm watching the show right now. It's called Yuru Camp, Laid Back Camp, is the translation. It's literally just about a group of high school girls that go on camping trips around Japan or like whatever prefecture they live in. There's like essentially no conflict at all, even between the characters or anything. And it's just like they go to like different camping spots and like they're drawn to look like the real places, like, you know, Mount Fuji and all this stuff. It's just like literal slice of life, like makes you feel good. Like, I don't know. It's hard to describe, I guess, but that's like something you would only get with anime, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Not selling you. You want to be melancholy, like the sense of anxiety, whatever.
As close as I can get to Kirsten Dunst in Melancholia as I possibly can. That's what I want out of my art. Yeah, I don't need to see like nice forests and have a good time with my friends who are also high school girls. That's not what I'm looking for in my TV experience.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I like hanging out on a camping trip with these wholesome characters. Yeah, I wonder if there is I guess I am trying to get you more into this now. Wasn't necessarily cognizant of, but I'm adapting to on the spot here. Is there a anime that could be more to your taste in terms of...
You know what I have always wanted to watch?
What's that?
Wolf's Rain.
Okay, I haven't seen that, or I guess I'm not familiar with it. Is that an older one too, or?
Yeah. It was on TV for a bit when I was like 12.
Okay.
I used to be a big Gundam head. I loved Gundam. So it was around the time that we were getting those in America on the Cartoon Network. But I never like watched it. Anyway.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I gotta look up if there's any like Ghost. I mean, there must be like Conjuring Grudge style one that'll get you going, right?
Yeah, you know what? I know that Ghost in the Shell has nothing to do with ghosts, so not that. But get me a spooky anime, and then we're on. Then it's on and popping.
Okay. Oh, there's another one I watched recently. Well, how opposed are you to just like the cute girls thing, concept thing, whatever? Like these are the protagonists.
I'm never generally opposed to cute girls, but if those cute girls could be adults, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are in this; they're college age. So there's another one.
Let's go.
There's another one I've been watching. It's called Other Side Picnic, which I think is pretty good.
Other Side Picnic. Are they having picnics with ghosts?
Well, they're not really having picnics, but yeah, it is like ghosts, and they go basically. I think it's a reference to Roadside Picnic, what's that Russian author, but that's about like some type of spooky stuff, I think. But I think it had more to do with also like it was some type of allegory to what was happening at the time in the Soviet Union. But anyway, in this show, they're like going into...
I was never going to be able to help you. Roadside Picnic is by Arkady Strugatsky. That's not one that I'm familiar with.
I just thought found that out looking it on the Wikipedia or something. But this shows that they call it like the other side, I think, or literally go into this. They find all these different portals to like get taken to this other world. Essentially, they can kind of go back and forth with. It's kind of based on then all this like things that were creepypasta on the internet or things like that are actually real in this world. So like the one girl is super into that stuff, so she's like recognizing all this stuff. But then they're actually like shooting these things with like guns, which is kind of weird and funny to me. They're shooting like ghost type things with guns, and it's working and all this stuff.
So the premise of this cartoon is that college-age girls find portals to the other world, and then have to fight the scary ghosts from Japanese pop culture, like Teke Teke and Smira from The Ring.
Yes, I don't even know if it's only Japanese pop culture, or it might just be universal stuff. I'm not sure, but. Yeah.
And the samurai that approaches you on the road, and then if you walk past him and then turn back to look at him, will have just dropped trout, is showing you his entire asshole, and out of that asshole is an enormous eye that's just blinking at you.
I mean, it could be definitely a season 2 plotline.
These are the myths of Japan that I'm familiar with.
Wow, really?
No, that's a real one that I learned from some internet website years ago.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's like there's like a creepy lady with a hat. There's like these other monsters. What I like about it is more the character interactions and stuff, and I like the vibe of it. But yeah, I don't know. But we could do better. We could find even one that's even more of the creepy stuff for you. Or what do you call it, the spooky stuff?
The creepy tall lady with the hat is a very popular myth that is often referenced in the spooky YouTube videos that I watch.
Yeah, no, so I really do think like that's where whoever wrote this show or manga or whatever, I think that's where they're getting their ideas from. Like, yeah, these YouTube videos are, like I said, creepypasta is the term, right, or whatever it is.
Yeah, put that on the list. I'll watch a creepy anime.
Yeah, and it's also kind of they don't get too explicit with it, but it's like the two main girls are supposed to be like into each other, I think, too. Or like it's like gonna develop in that direction where they're gonna be in like a romantic relationship as well, I think.
Based on my knowledge from a total of 2 animes, that never works.
Romance in general.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, well, so that was the anime breakdown corner. Didn't expect to get into that necessarily today, but I'm glad I did. Glad we did.